Mobile phones have been a popular marketing item since its first reveal back in 1973. Throughout the 20th and 21st century, each passing year, brands have been competing to revolutionize their own styles, with two well-known brands, Apple and Samsung, leading the way. However, this brings up the question: are these companies popular because of their revolutionary tech and their ability to control certain communities, or is it their willingness to give the buyers what they want? In my opinion, it is the consumers who drive the production more, as it is their preference in certain geographical areas that determines whether or not a phone is popularized in that area. The appeal of style on a phone has played a huge part in its consumption. Before mobile phones, people would try to buy a phone with most functionality. However, over time, people have started putting the design and style of a phone over its quality, with people now buying pricey phones that appear smaller and more portable over cheaper phones that are slightly bigger yet more useful and consistent. This shows that the style and quality of the phone have been changed based on the appeal of the consumers, while simultaneously having the price of the phone be exploited by the brand to gain more from the consumers. For example, brands such as Apple will give people phones with a design they are pleased with, promising unique style and quality, when in reality they are just appealing to the consumer style, yet exploiting the price and quality of the phone. A quick Google search online shows that the quality and specifications of an iPhone are only comparable to that of an old Android phone. However, due to their past history in being so authentic, people are willing to pay a higher price for the phone with better style but worse quality, as they trust the brand. Innovation also plays a huge factor when it comes to the style, price, and quality driving production. With phones revolutionizing new features every year, people always want to buy the phone to show off its features to their friends and families. This means that the innovation of new features in the phones indirectly causes more attraction from consumers to buy their phones. Another main key point is how culture and geography can affect production and consumption. This is shown through a survey done to Mr. Taggart on mobile phones. When discussing the stereotypes of a generic phone, Mr. Taggart brought up a point that the geography of a phone's production affects the opinions of the people when they consider buying a phone. For example, with productions of phones in China, Mexico, and the US, if a phone were made in the US, people would most likely buy it over the ones made in China and Mexico, as they have both had history on making phones with the expense of saving money rather than having their buyers' needs in mind. This brings a negative effect economically to a certain region producing the phones, with the phones being affected by the buyers' opinions. This lack of revenue coming in then makes it so that the region has a decline in sales and would then lack the materials to continue producing the phone, further showing how much power the consumers truly have over production. Another major factor is time. Throughout the years, countries have gone through ups and downs when it comes to gross national income due to war. This means an average economically developed country, or more economically developed country, that was once thriving with money could be in a worse off state now than a country such as a low economically developed country. This then plays into the production of the phones, as consumers would no longer have enough money to afford the phone, directly leading to the production halting. In conclusion, I believe that the consumers drive production more than producers. This is mainly because of the evidence that I've gathered whilst doing a quick survey around the school, mainly Mr. Taggart's example of how production can drive on geographical locations' authenticity. The main reason why consumers drive production is that it is their appeal that determines whether or not a phone does well in an area. Depending on the geographical location and history of a brand producing a phone, people have different thoughts on the phones. They question the pricing, style, and quality of a phone based on where it is being made, or if it's on par with other phones. This then causes an effect in which a group of consumers don't trust the brand. No one starts buying the products. This then halts production and makes the brand lose money. It is with this thought that I believe consumers control production. If a brand produces a phone with authentic price, style, and quality, with a good reputation, no matter where the phone is from, people will trust the reliability of the phone more, hence bringing them more money through the appeal of the consumers. It is always important to keep in mind That is the consumers buying the products that convince brands to continue producing them.